Hello everyone, thank you for listening and watching. My name is Nefertiti and you can find my information in the description box below. In this video I'm going to discuss the Capricorn new moon as well as provide some information about goal setting. This is a major year for setting goals and achieving them. I'm also going to discuss the difference between sending negative energy back and energy transmutation. So I wanted to do something a little different for this video. I've been doing the daily energy readings and I hope you guys have been enjoying those. I took a couple of days off to enjoy the new year. New Year's Day is my son's birthday as well. So we spent some time just hanging out and eating a bunch of sweets and everything, you know, the things you do around the holidays. But yeah, so we enjoyed ourselves and I hope you did too. So let's get into the video. The Capricorn new moon is exact on January 2nd, 2021 at 10:33 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and it's a super moon, so it's very close to the Earth. Making it more powerful, like, right, for intentions, for setting those positive present tense intentions. What do you want to manifest? What do you want to create? The new moons are about planting those seeds, setting those intentions. With this being in Capricorn and a supermoon, again, this is potent energy for setting goals and making practical plans for execution and fulfillment. Capricorn is a cardinal earth sign, real boss energy, right? This is a great time to set work and career goals in general, coming up with practical plans for your projects. I highly recommend the block scheduling system. Capricorn, the sea goat's energy is ambitious, it's practical, it's responsible. Capricorns can also be stubborn, boring, condescending pricks. They're the devil in Tarot, which I find very ironic. And my son's a Capricorn. Anyway, Jupiter is now in Pisces, adding inspiration to this energy as we're moving into a more abundant and expansive time. Yay! The world opening up again, hopefully. This new moon is making a trine to rebel Uranus, which speaks to excitement, upheaval, and freedom. Expect the unexpected, but these shifts will be positive, or at least for your highest good. Okay? Be stubborn about your goals and flexible in your approach. So let's talk about goal setting. I want to offer some tips, some practical ways that you can set goals and achieve them. So the first one is SMART, right? We've heard of SMART: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. I always recommend using affirmations with this, right? Especially when you're trying to be specific. There's, you know, that's a good way to do that. And measurable, right? Taking those daily action steps, those weekly action steps, monthly action steps. A lot of times, you know, especially when I was working in the fitness industry as a personal trainer, I would deal with clients and they would have these big grandiose goals. Like, I want to lose, you know, 40 pounds, 50 pounds. And it's great to have that goal, but you need to focus on the milestones, right? How about focus on losing a pound a week? Right? The 50 pounds will eventually come off if you focus on losing 1 pound a week. It's inevitable, right? But that's a smaller, more comprehensible, if that's a word, comprehensible, more easily to comprehend, to grasp type of goal, right? Yeah, you can lose a pound a week if you do what you need to do. If you eat well, if you work out, if you do what's on your plan, you're going to lose that pound, right? You might hit some plateaus here and there, but at the end of, you know, your measurable time period, you're going to be at your goal if you do what you need to do, right? Make sure that your goal is achievable. Don't try to be something that you're not, right? Like, I'm not going to try to be a professional basketball player, okay? Like, I'm 5'2", I'm a female. I've never really played basketball. Like, that's not really an achievable goal for me to try to be in the NBA, right? So just to give you an example, try to make it, something that you're passionate about, something that you definitely can see yourself doing. So it should be relevant. It should be in alignment with your purpose, your mission. Should be something that you love so much that you would do it for free. We've all heard that before. I mean, that's how I feel about yoga. I love yoga, and I'm so grateful to have this as a tool, as a gift that I can use for myself and share with the world, right? So it's relevant to my mission, my purpose, and it's something that I love, okay? Time-bound goals. So when you have something that's time-bound, it's going to keep you accountable. It gives you a target, something to focus on, right? I mean, it's good to create a lifestyle, though, as opposed to focusing on a goal, achieving that, and then completely falling off. So that could be your goal, right? That you want to have a certain type of lifestyle or have certain habits in place by a certain time frame, Typically that's about 90 days, 60 to 90 days for most people. This whole 21 days to build a habit, I think it takes 21 days for you to get used to the habit, and then you build it, right? It takes about 90 days for it to become like second nature. Like, okay, this is what I do. This is who I am. So that's one way, the SMART method. The second tip I can offer you is to set your goals according to lunar cycles. Use your astrology chart and the new moons and how they align with your energy to set goals according to the energy that's available to you. So that's one way to kind of really co-create too with the cycles of life, right, that are going on. And you set your goals according to that energy. The last tip that I can offer you is to stay at least one day ahead of yourself and at least one day prepared ahead of yourself. Did I say that right? Stay at least one day ahead of yourself. So I'll go back to the example of fitness, right? So if you are setting fitness goals, you want to plan ahead, right? You would have your clothes out, you would have your meals prepared at least for the next day, your water prepared at least for the next day, okay? If not days ahead of yourself, but you have time the day before to prepare yourself for at least the next day. Everybody has that kind of time. And it'll make it go a lot easier. It'll keep you from getting stressed out because you're not organized. And it will help you to stick to your goal because you're prepared. Everything is ready. And it'll keep you motivated, right? Because it's like, oh, okay, I have this in place for myself. So I hope this was helpful for you. Let's move on to the second part of this video where I discuss energy transmutation versus returning energy to sender. These are two, I guess you could call them spiritual practices, spiritual techniques, right? It's a way, both of these are ways of describing how we can move energy, right? To benefit us, to protect us. So energy transmutation is basically turning one type of energy into another type of energy, okay? So for example, if you, or let's just, okay, let's say this. A lot of people on the spiritual journey choose to be celibate at some point, right? If that's an option for them, they choose to abstain from having casual sex or just connecting to people in a sexual way. They are able to utilize that energy, that sexual energy, right, to create in their world, to build in their world, because that is basically what sex is for, to procreate. So that's one way to transmute energy. And Napoleon Hill talks about this in his book, right? Think and Grow Rich, the power of sex transmutation. I think that's the name of the chapter. But sometimes I will hear energy transmutation as people deciding not to return energy to sender, like they don't do return to senders or they don't do reversals. So the way I picture that is, well, let me give you this analogy. Let's say I show up to your house with my trash, okay? The trash that I'm getting ready to take out from my house. And I'm like, here, you transmute this, okay? You pick through my trash and pick out all of the recycles, right? All of the cans and the bottles and anything that can be used again. And then you discard the rest. That's how I see energy transmutation when it comes to people not doing return to sender, right? I'm not about to take your trash, right? And if I showed up at your house with a fucking trash bag and told you to sort it out, you tell me to get the hell out of there, right? And so that's basically how I see people, trying to give me negative energy, and I'm supposed to transmute it. I'm not about to recycle your energy. I'm not about to sort through your trash. No, you can have it back. So that's why I do return to sender and reversals. And return to sender is exactly what it is. It's sending negative energy back to its source, or sending unwanted energy back. Remember, there's 3 types of energy, right? Positive, negative, and unwanted. Okay? So you have to decide what you want in your world, what you want to be a part of your reality, right? That is up to you. So I prefer to reverse energies and return energies, and I prefer to transmute my own energy because I have enough of my own shadow to work with and to sort through, okay? I'm not about to take on somebody else's energy, right? And even if I am protecting myself, I still want to direct that energy away from me. Whether or not I'm being petty, I don't know, but I know that energy needs to go somewhere, right? That's the law of physics. Energy doesn't stay the same, right? Energy is neither created nor destroyed. It changes form, and it's always moving. Energy is supposed to move. So I feel like I need to direct that energy away from me, as well as protect myself. So banish it, reverse it, then protect. I'm not about to transmute somebody else's energy, somebody else's trash. Now, if they're giving me positive energy, right? So if I'm listening to a teacher, or if I'm reading a book, or if I'm purposely taking in information that I know is going to benefit me, then yes, I'm going to transmute quote unquote energy, because not everything is going to be useful for me. Right? I'm taking in the information for my benefit, but I'm still going to have to sort through it and see what applies to me and what doesn't. Right? So it's all about knowing what to do with what. Okay? But I don't feel like I need to be trying to transmute somebody else's negative energy. I feel like that's a way too that you invite their karma into your life as well, because whatever they're creating in their world that's negative, and then they're trying to project it at you, it's still their energy. At the end of the day, they have to deal with it. They have to heal or whatever the fuck they need to do. But what they need to not do is send negative energy your way or my way. Because the smart thing to do, and what I'm going to do and continue to do, is reverse it and return it if it's not going to benefit me, and if it's not something that I purposely sought out to have in my experience. That is my right as a sovereign human being. Okay? So I hope this video was helpful for you. I just thought I would, talk about this because I hear this, a lot Some people don't like to return and reverse energies, and that's fine. You know, of course, you can do what you want to do, but I don't feel like that's necessarily smart, considering what you know about energy and considering what could potentially be created in your world if, for example, you're not as protected. Or, I mean, I don't want to say that because I feel like you're always protected, right? I mean, that's just what it is, especially if you're listening to this, to my videos. I feel like we're all protected. But you know, there's points in our life when we're weak, when we're tired, you know, and that's when the enemy, right? When the devil, whatever you want to call him, wants to creep in. And he works, she works, whatever gender that energy is, works through people, right? So we have to be mindful of that. And it is what it is. I mean, I'm not about to transmute anybody else's energy that's negative, okay? I'm just not going to do it. If it's not positive, if it's not benefiting me, you can have it back. Return to sender, okay? So again, I hope this was helpful for you. Thank you so much for listening and watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I look forward to speaking to you again really soon. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.